The Cursed Bride, or the woman who was cursed to bury 7 husbands. Before we dive into this tale, let's check some spelling. The Cursed Bride. In the bright city of Lagos, there lived a beautiful young woman named Ilara. She was bright, attractive, and well-educated. Ilara had a dark secret that brought her endless sorrow. She was cursed. Every man she married would die soon after the wedding. Ilara had a dark secret that brought her endless sorrow. Ilara married several times, each time hoping for happiness, but her joy was always short-lived. Her husbands all met tragic ends, leaving her heartbroken and alone. She was desperate to find a loving husband one day. The neighborhood whispered and gossiped about the cursed bride, and Ilara felt more isolated than ever. One lonely evening, Ilara sat in her small room, surrounded by wedding mementos. Tears streamed down her face, as she wondered if she would ever be free from this terrible curse. She had lost all hope. She promised herself not to fall in love again. But fate soon changed things. Then, one bright morning, a stranger named Thomas arrived in the city. Thomas was a kind-hearted man with a deep faith in God. Thomas lived in the same neighborhood one day. They met by accident while she was going to get groceries. He had heard the sad stories about Ilara and felt a strong desire to meet her. Unaware of the tragic consequences of such decision, Thomas found Ilara in the village garden, sitting alone. He approached her gently and introduced himself. Ilara was wary at first, but Thomas's sincere and kind nature slowly began to win her trust. Soon, they started dating and Thomas fell in love. Ilara began to feel a glimmer of hope. Thomas believed that love and faith could overcome any curse. One beautiful afternoon, in a meadow filled with wildflowers, Thomas knelt down and proposed to Ilara. Despite her fears, she accepted, touched by his unwavering belief in a brighter future.
Over time, Thomas and Ilara spent many hours together, walking by the river, having picnics, and talking about their hopes and fears. Their wedding was a joyous event, filled with music, laughter, and the blessings of their family. She was surrounded by hope again. So she dared to dream of a happy family life. Everyone hoped and prayed that this time, Ilara's curse would be broken. Her mother prayed and cried for hope. After the ceremony, Thomas and Ilara knelt together in prayer inside the city church. They prayed with all their hearts for the curse to be lifted and for a life filled with love and happiness. As they prayed, a warm, glowing light enveloped them. A feeling of peace and joy filled their hearts. At that moment, they knew the curse was lifted. Ilara was finally free. By the power of God, any curse was lifted. From that day on, Thomas and Ilara lived happily together. The curse was gone, and Ilara's heart was filled with gratitude. The villagers celebrated, and Ilara's story became a legend of faith and love overcoming darkness. Ilara and Thomas built a beautiful life together, surrounded by friends and family. Their tale of love and faith inspired many, reminding everyone that even the darkest curses can be broken with trust and belief. And they lived happily ever after. Thank you for watching The Cursed Bride. Remember, no matter how dark things may seem, love and faith can light the way.